Good afternoon, everyone. Welcome to East Hartford, Connecticut. We are here at Bowlero Hall of Fame Silver Lanes for the Chicago Sam's Senior Singles Match Play Round of 8. We just got done with our round of 12, and now the seeded players are on their way in. The seeded players are Tom Salamini first, Bill Webb second, Pat Sullivan third, and Steve Blanchette fourth. Salamini will be taking on Monroy, who just defeated yours truly, which is why there was no audio in the last round on the live stream. Also joining me, Bruce Hall here, of course, and joining me is my good friend and fellow contender, let's just say. We're in the loser's bracket, Don Harrington. How you doing, Don?
Good. How are you doing, Bruce?
Very good. Welcome to the live stream. I'm not sure I've had you on before, so great to have you.
Awesome. As
part of the broadcast here. So we have Salamini against Monroy. That's going to be 37-8. That'll be to our right. Right in front of us, we have Steve Blanchette, and he's going to be taking on Roy Vanderbogart, who defeated Daryl Gurton in the first round. And then over on 31-2, we have Chris Soule coming off a win against Tim West, and he's going to bowl the number 3 seed Pat Sullivan. And down on 29-30 to your left will be a pretty impressive match of Bill Webb against Christopher Vialli. Vialli just coming off a 260 game against you, Don.
Yeah, that was a pretty impressive game by Chris.
It sure was. When you go front nine.
Yeah, it's hard to beat somebody when they got the front nine.
That's really true. So it's also hard to beat somebody when you need a double in the 10th and squeeze it like I just did.
Yeah,
so unfortunately, they say pressure is a privilege. So boy, was I privileged on that shot, and unfortunately could not take down Chris. But my look kind of just went right and got weird as it moved in. But anyway, so. Yeah. This is NEBA number 975, Don. We're only 25 away from NEBA number 1,000. That will happen next year sometime.
That's exciting.
And I will be the president, so I'm going to make darn sure this is a good and fun thing that we do there for the 1,000th tournament. Let's talk about the pattern. It is the NEBA Multi-Stack Challenge, and it is a 40-foot pattern, 5.5 to 1, 27.25 mils, so a fair bit of oil. Mm-hmm. Don, how did you see the pattern? How did you play it? What's your thoughts? On playing it?
Well, it says 5.5 to 1, but if you were in the wrong part of the lane, it became a little trickier than that. And the people who really, really did well were the people who were playing right and utilizing the dry more. I started off trying to play more in and straighter, and just was not successful. My bad shots became really bad. And then the third game, I switched to a weaker ball, moved right.
Yeah,
and
squared it up.
And tried to soften my hand and.
You went with that idle.
No, I went to UFO alert.
Sorry, the alert. That's right. You were with the idle.
Yeah. Idle Cosmos.
And that was a little too much, so you balled down. Yep. Did that. Yeah. So UFO alert. So here's our first look at Pat Sullivan, somebody we don't see here that often, but he got himself seeded with an impressive plus 170 in the qualifying. Tom Salamini, by virtue of 300 game in Game 5, ended up plus 199 to lead qualifying. Bill Webb plus 180. Pat Sullivan 170. Steve Blanchette 165. Those are your seeds. Then it was Roy Vanderbogart 158. Chris Soule 131. Don, you shot 128 over. Monroy 102. Daryl Gurton 96. Tim West 92. Vialli 70. And the cut was Doug Murphy at plus 67. I should note, which jumped up from plus 38 the game before. The average for the top 12 of the last game was about 255 or 260.
Yeah.
So they did open up and got a little better, obviously, as the day went on. I managed to sneak in as the second super senior, way down at plus 32, and unfortunately, Mike Perrone was my victim. He will get a check for this tournament,
awesome.
But unfortunately, because of the super senior,
you were pretty disappointed after that last game.
I just missed the cut by 18 out in Jackson.
Yeah.
I was plus 50, by the way, after 2, thinking I had a pretty good look. Everything dried up. I start squeezing, thumb problem, blah 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 blah. You know how it goes. So you start to get pretty frustrated. So
we all know that.
But and then I snuck in on the super senior and lost anyway. So. There you go. So there is,
match.
And of course there is no re-oil. We voted to eliminate re-oils for one squad tournaments. So everybody just goes right into the burn and get on with it, and we'll finish this finish this final, and we'll get out of here. So this is the round of 8. 2 more rounds after this done. Tomorrow, of course, is our Masters event. $4,500 added money from GMS Concrete, Tony and Susie Renaud, and Bloomfield Electric, Roger Burrell. So still time to sign up for that tournament. And certainly a very, very tough test. 2 very difficult patterns that you'll be bowling on, and with a big prize fund. So lots of room tomorrow to get into that tournament if you're interested. And of course the Vincent Hall Memorial, my dad, Memorial Tournament coming up September 17th and 18th. That is $6,000 added money by TechVision Livestreaming, some hack live streaming company.
That's very nice of you. Very kind of you.
Well, it should be a pretty good prize fund. I've been seeing some of the numbers. And 50-team max, you can bowl with as long as it's over/under, and the person is able to bowl a NEBA singles event. In other words, they can't just break the rules and come in off this national tour and bowl NEBA like anybody could. You can bowl with anybody you want. So any champions, anything else you want.
So Parker's not flying in for your tournament.
Parker's not flying in, unfortunately. We did have that ask that Parker could bowl, but he couldn't bowl anyway, as it turned out. So there you go. So here's Salamini, just watching him down on 37-8 with a 7-10 in the pocket. Here's Roy Vandebogart with a 2-4-8-10 for his part. And there's Viali on a double, leaving a 10-pin. So all of a sudden, some questionable carry going on here.
I think with the shot that was on the right is really, really early hook now, and then the ball will die.
Yeah.
So Chris did make the correct move, went in, and
Viali, you mean?
Yeah, Chris Viali. Yeah. He really figured it out.
Yeah. Well, he has a tendency to do that, and he's got that late release, so he can really save some energy, as he spins it down the lane.
Yeah, but still, he's getting it through the head part of the lane. That where Tom crushed it earlier, you're just seeing the flutter. It's not getting down the lane easily. So
we also have the women's event going on here, and that's happening at the high end. I'm watching Amanda Broge bowl. Obviously, she's still in the finals. They're ahead of us, and we're not going to cover them on this live stream. We will have their video, I think, of their final, and I may do a commentary before we post it up on YouTube.
Oh, excellent.
So we'll have a little voiceover for that. Fortunately, they're at a much faster pace than we are, so don't blame them for wanting to get done. They may be in their final match right now, as a matter of fact.
It's not fair to them to have them sit around.
Not that old men are slow, but old men are slow.
We just have more people in the finals.
There you go. Well said. Politically correct there, my friend. Pat Sullivan with that soft stroke finds himself with double spare strike and only a 1-pin lead over Sol, who also has a double and no opens. And here's Blanchette. I'll tell you, I was watching Blanchette pipe it. Like you said, he got right with a little bit weaker ball right through the front, and he was crushing it.
Early, he really looked good, didn't he?
Oh my gosh, I think he was 140 for 2. He was leading after 2. And I don't know what he ended up. Actually, I got these games here. So 260, 270 comes out of the gate. Well, and he goes 160, 220, 230. So
I actually
guess he liked the fresh.
I actually finally used my brain after 2 games and saw where he was playing.
Good call. It was only about 5 steps to the right you had to walk to see that. So I understand. I understand how far that might have been. So I get it. And meanwhile, we're talking about Blanchette. He chops.
That's unfortunate.
3-6-10. And now, luckily, Vandebogart's got a triple, so he's still going to have a 20-something pin lead, but he just went 6-2 with a split. And what's going on in the Webb match? We see Webb flagged an open. Webb flagged a single pin. I didn't see what it was.
Yeah.
And then he just left a 7-10 in the hole. Well, Viali is double spare strike, so Viali up in that match. And
again, it looks like Bill's struggling getting it through the heads, and you just spin it a little bit, and the ball will not do anything at the back end. I had 2 back-to-back, 2 7-10s back-to-back.
I remember,
so
and Bill has that. Bill has that forward roll, that just really does need a little bit on the front to push through the front. It's a powerful roll, but it is very forward. Yeah. And we crossed with Chris Monroy, who started off well, then had struggled, then balled down and then did extremely well after that, and but still wasn't enough to get seeded. You needed, again, plus 165 to get seeded. So the guys that found it really found it and did really well.
Absolutely.
Here's Sol trying to catch up here in his match. He's down 11. That would be a purple. And oh my gosh, a flying Farkle, massive Farkle. And you hear that's a Farkle from.
We are not believing that you're 50. After that,
it's all the purple. Blame it on the purple.
Oh,
great shot there by Mr. Sol. And there's Roy Vandebogart, gets a double back after opening and increases his lead. So actually, Don, it's already the round of 8, and our custom is to pick a winner already. I know this is our first broadcast.
Wow, a lot of pressure on the new guy.
Any thoughts?
Well, you know, I like the look on a number of guys right now, but I mean, Chris looks like he has the best look.
Viali.
Yeah.
You think?
Yeah.
I do like that shot, although
I mean,
I would not rule out this gentleman right here.
Oh no,
Pat Sullivan. Although we don't know him very well, he's got that soft stroke. He's not pushing it at all. It's just floating through the front.
He's throwing it really well. Certainly, he was one of the choices, and clearly Mr. Monroy, who is picked it up.
Spare. By the way, Chris Monroy,
next six.
Spare next 6. Yes, hello.
Yeah.
So
should be interesting, but I'm going to go with Chris because, well, he beat me. So you got to
always nice to lose to the guy who wins.
Yeah,
it does make it feel a little better. I understand that.
A little. There you go.
No, he made it. Well, I am going to go with, believe it or not, Sol. And the reason is he's got the purple. He's in.
Yep.
He's the only one burning him up. And I think his shot's going to stay right there on the pairs that he go to because there's only 2 more matches. So he's not going to be on this pair again. And there's a blower, beautiful blower strike by Blanchette. Get him back in the match. And I don't think he's going to hit another pair that's going to really carry down very badly. He's not going to hurt himself. And I think that purple will be very well behaved down the stretch.
Can't say that's a bad call either.
Yeah. So we like Sol anyways. Nice, cool, calm customer.
He's seen enough big matches in his career for sure.
Sullivan got a pull on that one. Gets the Jersey squasher. And by the way, just for Sol to win, he's got to win this match. He's up, I believe, exactly 0. Am I right about that? Yeah, both bowlers have doubles.
Yeah, yep.
And have lost 2 pins in count. They are exactly tied. And so I picked a guy who may not even win his match. So there you go.
Well, that.
Whatever you said about Webb not spinning it through the front, he just did, and flushed 2 in a row.
I do think he changed balls.
I think so too. That looks like a ball down.
Yeah, he was using. I think he was using the Nova before.
So I think you're right. So I think the move was ball down, get right, stay on top of it. And I was, carry the 6-8, Mr. Sol. And here's Vandebogart with another split, and now at 137 in the 7th, this match is now a 1-pin match with Steve Blanchette right in front of us. Vandebogart had as much as more than a 20-pin lead in this match, or maybe a 30-pin lead, and now it's 1 pin.
Steve just balled on the last shot. Steve just balled down and did that. Yeah.
Okay.
So he's got a cleaner cover.
Well, Viali, coming off 260, has 270 in the wood this game in the eighth frame. So looking good there. And good shot there by Vandebogart.
I think Roy, that ball that Roy is using, I think it's 20 years old.
No kidding.
It
might be the play right now.
I bowl with Roy in the Albany area, and he always uses that ball on short, and it's pretty amazing. 20-year-old ball, and he does pretty well with it. Beats us pretty well.
Oh, guess what? I see we have a live stream of the ladies match.
Excellent.
You can just go to Facebook and have a look at that. Let me make sure we've got our match up as well.
I stand corrected on Steve. Steve used the cleaner ball in the left lane.
Okay.
And stayed with the other ball in the right lane.
Okay.
Pretty impressive. Oh. Pat just left a stone 9. That's painful in the match since Chris has a 4-bagger.
That's going to put him down. Let's see, 70. That's going to be a 20-pin advantage now for Soul, just like that.
Yeah, sitting on the bench.
And he's got, let's see, 8th, 6. He just missed the last 2 times on this lane. He can't really do that when the scores go up. Looks like a UC3 he's throwing there, except he's Columbia. So it's not
no. I
UC3.
think that's a kinetics from track.
Oh, that's right.
I think the one that Pat's using.
So meanwhile, Monroy's going to take it off the sheet for 290 here.
Possibly.
And he's got Salamini absolutely smoked. He shoots 245. And Salamini doesn't have a chance with 245. So that's going to beat a lot of other people in this building. But against Monroy, no hope.
Yeah, he has to get enough pins.
Yeah.
And he just struck.
So he strikes again. So actually we finished on that pair, I think, right?
No, we finished on
we were the pair
over.
Yeah, that we didn't hit that pair. So very important shot for Sullivan. Almost has to have it.
Yeah, he has to have it to put a little pressure on Chris.
Beautiful shot there.
And Mr. Webb down here, if he strikes out here, he definitely forces
225. He's got in the wood.
Yeah.
And Vialli pacing to 237, but he would need 2 marks.
Right,
at that point. That's right. Huge shot for Webb. Got to have it. And flush. No doubt about that one. So Vialli, now thinking about it, needs 2 marks to put it away. Here's Soul basically to lock this one up. And lays off, but an easy spare.
This is a big
238 is his target now.
Sorry, this is a big shot for Roy also in his match.
Yep, sure is. This is to tie the match. Roy strikes here, he ties it up. What a topsy-turvy match this has been. And gets it with that old ball.
Great shot.
Right up the piker. Tie match here. And there's a crumbling bucket for Vialli to give him his mark in the 9th. Always useful. And Chris Monroy does, in fact, go sheet.
290. Very impressive.
290.
Very impressive.
That's got to be the game. Oh, no. Salamini actually shot 300 his last game in qualifying. So
yeah, wasn't a high game, but
those are the 2 big games of the day, I guess, so far, I think, right? Yep. That's it. 290, 300. All right, here's Van de Bogart now. Van de Bogart can go sheet. He can double to shut out Blanchette because Blanchette's on a spare in the 9th. And that's going to stay there. Flat 10. All right, 86, 206 is the best he could do. It means Blanchette needs the first one, assuming we get spare strike here out of Van de Bogart. And
I think Chris has to double to shut Pat out.
He does. You're right. He needs to get to the 240s. A mark gets him to 230s. That's useful.
Shot.
And that gets him to 237 with a mark with a spare. And Van de Bogart's not going to flag this 10-pin, is he? He does. No. Oh my goodness! By 1 pin he was losing. He flags the 10, and now Blanchette. Now don't go away yet, Roy. Blanchette's going to need to show up here. And it's going to put him in the 194 range. So 9 on the first ball would do it for Steve Blanchette. Thanks everybody for tuning in. A beautiful Saturday afternoon here at East Hartford. We're in the round of 8 of the Chicago Sams NEBA Senior Singles. And how about a ripping blower 7 that would have settled the matter anyway, I think.
Yeah.
Beautiful shot there. And here's the double in the 10th by Soul to clean that up. Vialli does clean up his match, so it's Vialli, Soul, Blanchette, and Monroy advancing. It'll be Monroy against Blanchette. And it will be our 2 picks, my friend. Vialli against Soul, the Cambridge twins at 33 and 4 on 33 and 4. And that will be for the wheat at Cambridge Credit Counseling, where they both work.
Yeah, that would definitely
be a grudge match. And I know
that'll definitely change things around the coffee pot.
And we know that's right. And we know that Vialli's the boss there. So let's see what happens. I'm not sure if it's politically correct to take the boss down in this match. We'll have to see. I don't know.
I don't think Mr. Soul feels that way about giving him a match.
I'm guessing not.
He's going to make it work for it.
Stranger things have happened. So, all right.
Good tournament by Pat.
Yeah, good win by Sullivan. We're going to watch him wrap this up, and then we will sign off, and we'll be right back for the round of 4, which will be right here in our feature pairs, 31 to 34. And once again, thanks to Chicago Sam's for sponsoring this event. New sponsor this year. And over 60,000 total cash and equivalent prizes, sponsorships for helping NEBA produce these great prize funds and special cuts and all that good stuff that we do. So thanks, everybody. We're going to watch Pat throw his last shot here, and we'll sign off. Can you stick around for a little bit, or are you going to try to get home?
Well, let me talk to my better half, and
she seems to be talking to my better half, so maybe you don't interrupt. Just don't interrupt her and come back on the live stream.
That's true.
Don't even talk about it. Just come back on. So
give them both coffee, and they'll be happy.
There you go. Nice. Okay, guys, we'll be back in a few for the round of 4, the semifinal. See you in a minute. Nice tournament, guys. Nice bowling.